David Mitchell went to Paris, and he was the ambassador for the US, for the Great Britain, which was great in those days. And it must have been a grand embassy in Paris, and it had a curved banister, and it had a marble floor, and they had a little boy, and the little boy went up there on the banister and went down and onto the marble floor and had a fractured skull and died. So that was that story, which is a sad story. But that's what happened. And well, down below, I told you there was a castle.
Mm-hmm.
And inside the castle gates were peacocks. Did I tell you? Peacocks. And there was Mr. Clegg, who owned the castle. And his wife was a ballet dancer. And they had parallel bars in there, in the castle walls. And I used to look through the gates and watch her doing her exercises. And I was in the youth hostel up above.
Mm-hmm.
November the 11th is an important date in Britain. It's called Guy Fawkes Night.
Mm-hmm.
Guy Fawkes tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Thank you, Darrell. And little children, and I was only 14 working at this youth hostel, are still little children, even though they're working. And I said to the lady Nan McKenna, who ran the youth hostel, she was the warden, I said, I'm going home. She said, no, you can't. I said, yes, I can. So I took off in the late twilight, and I ran down the stone steps and jumped on my bike and rode my bike in the dark home. And we had a bonfire. We used to have a bonfire, and we used to build Guy Fawkes in effigy, made of straw, old clothes, and we'd set it on fire, and that would be Guy Fawkes Night. So I just took off, and I think I never went back there.
Really?
And from there, where did I go? I think I would have been, I maybe worked in Llandudno, which is a resort town, and I worked in the ice cream shop, making what they call Knickerbocker Glories, big ice creams in glasses that shape, that tall.
Like Sundays?
Yes, they were red cochineal at the bottom, then a blob of ice cream, then maybe a dollop of chocolate, then another blob of ice cream, then something else.
Yummy.
I don't know what it was, and a blob of ice cream, and on the top, a wafer or two, and a spoon that long, in order to be able to eat it. And I used to serve those in the milk bar. What do we call them here? Never mind. There was another word I was trying to remember earlier on. What was it? So you made 6 videos,
Yes.
and they're on over